So here are the solutions for the last quiz we have, Quiz 5. And here we're dealing with context in the first problem. So there's this passage that is describing a data set that was collected. And now we want to state the 6 context questions and answer them. And you can do them in any particular order. The 2 that you know always have to be in there are who and what. So I do those first. So who. Who is not who was making the measurements. It was who was the data taken from. And in this case, it was 250 tribe members from the Aymara tribe. Okay. I think I had that spelt wrong. A-Y-M-A-R-A. Okay, what was the data taken? Okay, well, they took data on 4 things. They took data on gender, blood pressure, blood sugar levels, and age. Okay. So we've already taken care of all this. Okay, how was the data taken? Well, some things we don't know. Gender and age we don't know. They probably asked them the information. It could be an issue with tribes. They may or may not know their age exactly. Gender, obviously, they'd be able to tell. Blood pressure, they told us that they used a standard manual blood pressure cuff, like the type you use when you go to the doctor, and the blood sugar levels were taken with an AccuCheck test strip. When was the data taken? Well, we don't know exactly when, but we're told that in May of 2005, they went there to study them. So we'd say around May of 2015. Okay, where was the data taken? Well, this tribe, it was taken where the tribe was, and they're in the Andes Mountains in the southern portion of Peru. Okay. Again, we don't have to be super exact about that. Why was the data taken? This goes to the motivation. They wanted to try to determine why members of that tribe had such long lifespans. All right. So let's go to the second part, which was actually looking at the data that was taken and categorizing it and explaining why those data fell into those particular categories. So they took data on 4 different items. The first was gender. That's categorical. And there's 2 reasons that you could use. The first is that the values in the raw data are not numbers, so you know automatically it's categorical. The other thing you can say is that the values represent categories, male and female. For quantitative, we have blood pressure, blood sugar levels, and age. These are all quantitative. Blood pressure and blood sugar levels are quantitative because they're physical measurements. That's definitely obvious in the case of blood pressure. It may not be obvious in the case of blood sugar levels, but since they're using an instrument, we're going to assume that meant they did a physical measurement of how much sugar is in the person's system. And finally, age is quantitative because it's count data. We were not told that they were asked what age group they fell in, which would be categorical. And so we're going to go with count data, meaning it's quantitative.